So you want to know how to deal with stress and anxiety. Let's talk about it. Yo, Ski, what's up, everybody, man? Y'all know who I be. It's your man, Pooh, CYGG. Now, today, we're going to be talking about how to manage your stress and your anxiety, man. Like, how to not basically let it get to you too much. Now, in this world, I'm going to just start out by saying this, man. First and foremost, we all human. At some point, we done all stressed about something. We done all worried about something. We done all had anxiety about something. So, don't look at you having stress and anxiety as, oh man, damn man, this it's messed up, man. I must be doing something wrong. No, we all go through it anytime we're presented with situations that we're unfamiliar with, or anytime we're entering something new, man. We all end up dealing with it at some point. But it's not about the fact that you deal with stress and anxiety. It's about how much you let it take over your life. That's when it becomes the problem. Now, one of the things I gotta point out, man, what are one of the number one causes, one of the biggest things people stress and worry about, man? Number one thing to me, it will be time. And people always see, like, for some people, no matter what you're doing, either on the job, either you feel like I'm running out of time, or if you're in school, you feel like you got a deadline for a test, or some homework you got to turn in or something like that, or you feel like you're running out of time when it comes to anything, or you feel like you don't have enough time to complete something or complete a project or something that you're doing. All of this is around time, man. And the thing is, man, we got to learn how to look at our time a certain way in order for it to not stress us out or worry us. The reason why I say this, because even though people tell you, man, life is short, man, you can make life shorter by stressing. So the way I look at time, man, time is your friend. Time is not your enemy. But the thing is, time can be your enemy if you make it your enemy. What I mean by that, I say, for instance, you got a test tomorrow. You got today to study. But if in your free time you choose to just play the game all day, or go out with friends, or do some crazy stuff, and then that next day that test come and you be like, man, I tried so hard to pass that test. No, you didn't. You had the time, you didn't use it wisely, so time became your enemy. So you started cramming, and then when you started cramming, you couldn't get all the information that you wanted, so you made time your enemy. Another thing people say about time is that either it will reveal who you are, or it will expose who you are. Bruh, if it revealed who you truly were, then you would have been studying your ass off. It would have that A grade would have revealed that shit. Hey, you actually studied, but instead it exposed you for not studying. And that's how it is, man. We gotta look at time. That's even with our bodies, man, with our minds. Like, hey, if we take time out on ourselves, work hard, time will either expose that or will show that, man. And in life, man, you gotta look at yourself as saying, as long as I got the next day, I got time. That's one of the ways to help you with, time and stuff like that, man. As long as God bless me, or as long as I'm, living and breathing, or the universe blesses me with an extra day to live on this earth, I got time to make a change and make improvements. I mean, that's the positive outlook I have on it. The number two thing I would say would be failed plans, man. Failed plans, bro. The reason why I say failed plans is because you got a lot of people, man, whether it's in relationships, whether it's in just going to parties, events, or something like that. It don't matter what it is. Like, a lot of people try to plan ahead too fast, or try to plan ahead and they make it a statement like, this is going to happen that day. Like, sometimes you got to let it get to that moment and see what happens. And what happens is, when stuff go bad, and because people don't understand, man, when situations go bad, you can't control the situation. A situation can go bad, and the only thing you have control over when that situation is going bad is how you react to the situation. That's where a lot of stress and anxiety goes to, because a lot of people don't have self-control. So when a situation goes bad, it affects them even worse. An example would be like, oh, my stuff didn't go as planned. It started raining on the day I was supposed to have the biggest party or something like that. And now everybody that was supposed to come can't make it. So what? All you got to do now is sit down and think, how can you still make it good for you? Because now the situation is only going to keep rolling. It's like an avalanche. The situation is already rolling downhill. And the more you try to patch it, sometimes the situation ain't going to get better. It's going to only become a bigger problem. So what's going to end up happening is you're going to end up being on the wrong end of it, trying to fix it. Sometimes, man, when it comes to stuff like that, you need to learn how to control yourself when it comes to that point. And that's why I say, man, like, sometimes, man, just taking stuff day by day. Like, some people, we're in this society where social media tells y'all, well, everybody wants stuff to happen instantly. And I've seen that happen with some of my friends who tried YouTube. I've seen, like, people who I've talked to try YouTube. They be like, yo, I did a YouTube channel. I dropped 3 views. I ain't got 1,000 subscribers yet. Like, bro, it takes time. You can't get into this expecting this to work that fast. And then they started stressing like, man, bro, I don't think this is going to work, man. I don't feel like I'm doing something right. You're stressing because you're trying to think too far ahead. Bro, think as you go. Don't try to think. You're not even at Friday yet. Why are you thinking about Friday? It's still Tuesday. Enjoy Tuesday. So that's another thing, man. Don't think too far ahead and don't get mad because things don't work out so soon. Learn to control yourself, and that can help you with your anxiety and your stress. That helps you minimize it. Those are some of the main reasons why, like, a lot of stress and anxiety gets people. So how do you manage that? In my opinion, I feel like the best way to manage those things is to, number one, find something comforting. Like, you gotta find something comforting to do, man. Sometimes go for walks. Sometimes just sit down in quiet places. Like, you know what I'm saying? Find something that relaxes you. Because what may relax me may not relax another person. Like, you know, that's relaxing to me. So it not like me taking walks and stuff, that's relaxing to me. It helps me clear my head. But for somebody else, it may not relax them the same way. You know what I'm saying? So find what relaxes you. And when it's getting time to that moment, you know, make sure you incorporate that as much as possible in your weeks, man. And I'm even when you're not doing nothing, if you're just bored at the house, go do that, what relaxes you. Go do what relaxes you. And what I mean by that is because once you get to a routine of just, let's just say walking or chilling or something like that, your mind starts to become clearer. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say get out and walk, because for me, when you're out in nature and stuff like that and you're walking, you're able to clear your head better. Most times when you're in the house too much, you got a lot of distractions, and usually that's where your distractions have started anyway. When you're in the house, you're more likely to be on your phone. When you're in the house, you're more likely to distract yourself. That's why most people say they work better when they're away from their house. Because, you know what I'm saying, like they got so many distractions there. So they don't like being there too often. Number 2, man. Number 2 is practicing self-control, man. Self-control, you gotta have self-control to a certain degree, because a lot of us, man, we end up letting our emotions take over, and you gotta learn to be logical, and you gotta learn to be optimistic. The reason why I say that is because, man, something can go wrong, but that doesn't mean it's gonna stay wrong. Man, I've had so many events happen to me in one day before. I mean, I want to go as far back to say last week, bro. Last week I had a crazy ass week. Like, a lot of stuff happened in a day, and it was last Tuesday. A lot of stuff happened in the craziest way possible, bro. And that day still went, like, I told my friends about what happened that day. Bro, I had to break some kids up a fight night. It was a whole bunch of, I was in the middle of some mess. Like, I was around a whole bunch of crazy stuff that happened that whole day. But for some reason, even when I left from all that mess, and somebody asked me, how was your day? I was like, I still had a good day. The reason why, because that day could have went worse. That day could have went bad. I didn't leave that day scarred. Like, did nothing happen to me personally. Did nothing happen to me physically. My mom's still here. I still got a roof over my head. I still got something to eat. Man, I still got a chance to keep working on myself. Just because bad stuff happened around me doesn't mean that bad stuff affected me. And that's where you got to learn to have that self-control and be optimistic, bro. Because I'm telling you, when you have that optimism and that self-control, stress and anxiety really don't touch you that much. And number 3, man, learn to be okay with things going wrong. Plain and simple, man. This is why, I mean, most people ask me why I'm like usually calm when it comes to stuff happening. Bro, it can be an event, and I got the mindset of whatever happens, happens. If something goes good, good. But if it goes bad, all I can do is make the best of a bad situation. That's all I can do. When a situation goes bad, I cannot control the situation. All I can do is control myself in the situation. And I feel like a lot of people feel like, man, once something goes wrong, everything gotta goes wrong. And the reason why, because that's how society has made it, man. People, they put so many shows in your face. Like, all right, say for instance, on Love and Hip Hop, you watch an episode of Love and Hip Hop or something, one person throws a glass, oh my God, the whole trip is ruined. Look here, woman, just because you wasted your damn champagne don't mean I'm still not sipping my sparkling and bubbly. That's you. That's your drink gone. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm still sipping and enjoying my hors d'oeuvres. The thing is, man, you gotta understand that just because the situations around you are going bad, that don't mean it's going bad for you. But a lot of people like to attach themselves to their environment because a lot of people are so engaged with stuff going on that they let their energy attach to the stuff that's going on around them, and that's all they know. Man, bro, you got to clear your mind, and you got to understand, man, just because the stuff around you happens doesn't mean you are what's around you. I mean, that's just plain and simple. But a lot of people can put themselves in a bad situation. They can put themselves in a pickle by dealing with some stuff like that, but by thinking that's another way how stress and anxiety works. I've seen that happen in relationships. I've seen that happen with a lot of things. And that's why I say, when it comes to time, like, I tell people, if you're in a relationship, don't romanticize too much. Don't fantasize too much. I don't fantasize about nothing because you can do that too much and ruin your relationship. I've seen people ruin their dates like that. Oh man, bro, when I get with this girl, it's gonna go exactly like this. It's gonna go exactly like that. Man, I can imagine it right now. I'm gonna say this and this gonna happen. Bro, I'm not going off what I think is gonna happen. All I'm going off of what is happening at the moment while I'm there. And I'm taking it minute by minute, hour by hour, and whatever happens, all I can do is react. Because in your mind, nothing is never going to go exactly how you plan it in your mind. Because your mind is creating something, but your mind, and that's another thing, man. This is why I tell people don't fantasize too much, because in your mind, you're creating a future, or you're creating a scenario that only shows you results. It never shows you what gets to that result. It shows you, like, you're gonna be like, oh man, I'm gonna fail that test. Why is your mind showing you gonna fail the test? Does it show what you do in between to fail that test? Does it show you not studying to fail that test? Because if it shows you in your mind not studying is what's gonna lead to you failing that test, study. Some people, oh my God, I can see me with him. We're gonna get married on the beach. We're gonna be everywhere. You see y'all getting married, but what do you see in between? Because your mind is just showing you the results. Your mind is not showing you the process. Your mind is not showing you who is going to have what job to contribute to that wedding being done on the beach. Why are y'all having a wedding on the beach in the first place? Like, none of that is shown in your mind. And a lot of people get so caught up into these scenarios in their mind, they create their own anxiety and stress. Like, you can create that for yourself. You can literally make hell inside your own head by thinking too much sometimes. Sometimes it's okay to go with the flow and let things go as they go. You got to learn to let things go as they go. And when you see things go bad, just think to yourself, I can't control that situation. How can I control me? That didn't went the way it went. What can I do to make sure I still feel good afterwards? Learn how to self-control, how to be optimistic, how to, not let the environment control how you act. And I'm telling you, doing all these things will help you with your anxiety and your stress. It'll help you move a lot more smoothly. Those are my opinions, man. If you got any more tips, man, that y'all want to put down below that can help people with anxiety and stress, let me know, man. Till next time, it's your man, Pooh, CYGG, and I'm out.